friends. Welcome back to Win Philly with your host, Nakisha Hodge and
Dr. Heather. Hey, y'all.
Dr. Heather here. So, listen, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so that you can get our wonderful content that we're producing just for you every Sunday.
Yes, every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
It's amazing if you just want to watch something, if you just feel compelled that you want to learn something, about entrepreneurship and women in networking.
Women in networking, yes. Then just, tune in. Make sure you share with your friends, your family, with your puppy, and...
So let me tell you really quickly a little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Heather Richards. I'm the owner and operator of the Studio for Sexual Health, Wellness, and Education. I'm a psychotherapist and a clinical sexologist and marriage and family therapist. So why people would come to see me really quickly is to just try to unlearn some of the behaviors that they learned maybe growing up and behaviors that they don't want, unwanted behaviors. Couples come to see me to have better intimacy and communication. Individuals see me for anxiety and depression, just an array of things. Go on my website, sexdrheather.com, that's SEXDR.com, and check me out. Give me a phone call. I do free consultations.
Yes.
Who are
Definitely
you?
Well, today.
And who is she?
Today, I don't know what her name is, but I'm Nakisha, and I am the owner of Hodge Studios, and
yes.
I am just so happy to be here today. So let me just tell you guys a little secret. We actually film our show all together in one day. Right? So I got a ton of wigs over there. I'm changing and she's changing, and we're putting together great things. So we've been here for a couple hours, just, really having a good time. And that's how we bring these to you. My website, as you know, is nikkitakesone.com. So everything is there for you, and I'll leave everything below. So you can link to, and you can see Dr. Heather's site and follow her on her social media. Let's jump right into it.
Okay.
So today, why don't you go ahead?
So the topic today is imposter syndrome, right? Overcoming imposter syndrome to realize your full potential. So how do you realize your full potential if you don't know you have potential?
That's a good question.
Right?
Did you just come up with that?
I did.
Yeah,
I liked it, right?
I did. I liked it. Let me tell you guys something. And this topic, this is going to be a doozy, and I'm going to tell you why.
That's why you took a drink?
I had to take my drink.
Like,
I'm going to tell you why.
Take a drink.
Because you know what? I don't know. Leave in the comments. Have any of you ever felt like you just being fraudulent? Because maybe you have got to a place in your career. And a lot of times people are very successful, but they don't know they're successful. They don't realize how far they've gotten in their life with their career. And it doesn't really come to their attention until someone brings it to their attention, like, oh my gosh, you accomplished so much, and you like, what? And you feel this feeling of inadequacy because maybe you didn't have a degree and you reached, wonderful heights in your career without a degree. Or maybe you ended up doing something that you never thought you would do, and now you feel like, oh my gosh, am I really qualified?
Yes.
Enough to, be the person in this position. It happens to a lot of people. It
does. And when I was looking at the statistics for this, it was the people that it most happens to is what you just said. The people that are the most successful.
The most successful.
Yes. Yeah. Always are like, did I do this, or did I scam somebody?
Right.
How did I get here? Do you
ever has that ever happened to you?
So it did when I got my first master's degree. After I got that degree in my hand, I was just like, what just happened? Did I do this? You kind of second guess and figure out what else do I have to do? Is this real? Because when you have a lot of roadblocks and challenges in your life, and you come from a certain environment, you always think there's something else about to hit you. Okay, I got to get prepared to do this, but so I really didn't do that 100% because now I have to do 150. So I think it really does reflect on your past and things that you see around you too. Imposter syndrome. I have a girlfriend who, I'm not going to say her name, but she's one of my BFFs. I have 11, so I'm not going to say her name. she actually just went through this because she doesn't have the education of people in her field, but she was at a job for like 15 years and
kept rising.
Yeah, and she was making what the people who have master's degrees make. So when she had to leave that job and get a new job, she was so petrified. But let me tell you, she got a great job just because of her experience.
Congratulations, girl.
Yes, and she makes great money.
Yes.
And she knows her stuff. So just because she doesn't have that master's and bachelor's or either one, she just really does well. I mean, I'm so proud of her.
I am so proud of you.
She knows the work because she worked there for 15 years.
Yeah.
She learned the work.
Yeah. I love that you said that because I have actually had that experience, and that's why this hits so close to home.
Okay.
So, as most of you know who read my blog and you watch these YouTube videos, you know that I just got my bachelor's degree like 2 weeks ago.
Yay!
Yay
Toast
me.
to bachelor's degree.
Toast to all degrees, continued education, okay? So, in my first career job in the healthcare space, I started out with no papers, my GED, I had that, but no papers. And this right here is what actually encouraged me to continue my learning. And I'll tell you why. I was working amongst all doctors, all people who had master degrees, medical degrees, attorneys, and when you're around these people, you do feel some level of inadequacy because you don't have that documentation. But I was out there killing the game. I was making so much money. You know, I was bringing in money for my company, and I felt like they really valued me at that company. So I know I was doing a good job, but I just couldn't get past that feeling. So that's why I went back to school initially, you know, because I was like, you know what, nobody's going to sit here and make me feel like I'm not good enough. But really it was me thinking I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
You know? So it really does happen, and people would, you know, see me on Facebook or whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, you're so successful. And I'm like, but I didn't do anything.
Yes. Or you say, but I'm not. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? You know, help me see that. You know, it's an inadequate and incomplete failure you feel despite evidence that indicates you're a skilled and quite successful person in your field.
Which could be your paycheck.
Yeah. Or just the fact that you still have your job.
That's kind of the number one fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in talking about imposter syndrome, a lot of the research shows that most people kind of put imposter syndrome into categories, right? So there are categories. So the first category is called the perfectionist, right? The second category is the superwoman or man or super person. The next category is the natural genius.
Oh, that's not me.
The next category is the soloist. The next category, which is the last, is the expert. So all of these categories kind of flow with that feeling of having imposter syndrome. Right? And ways to overcome these are there are a few ways to overcome imposter syndrome, but each category has its own way. You know, so which one did you most
identify with?
Yeah.
So I think definitely kind of the solo, one. And also, what was the second one?
Superwoman, that's you.
Yeah, superwoman. Because I always feel like I can take on anything. I love a challenge. If you say I can't do it, I'm definitely going to do it just to show you that I can do it. And that really motivates me. That's just part of my personality. But I think those two would most describe me. What about you? Well, you're an expert. So.
But I don't.
Now you're an expert.
Yeah, but when I'm thinking about when I most had the imposter syndrome was back in like 2004 when I graduated with my first master's. I'm thinking I was more of the superwoman because I was doing a lot. Okay, so you don't have a chance to stop and look at what you're actually doing to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. You just put together this plan, and at the end of the day, you're like, okay, am I doing the steps 1 through 100? And just moving, and not giving yourself the credit to sit down and think
True.
about it. So I feel like back then I most identified with the superwoman.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what people can do to overcome that, because I can share what helped me overcome, but I want to
Go
talk
ahead.
about
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think people are more interested in what real live experience was. How you overcame.
Okay. So I have to be honest. I mean, definitely, accomplishing what I have accomplished as far as a degree, has definitely helped me with that fraudulent kind of fake feeling. Because sometimes I would look at my check like, oh my gosh, they pay me all this money. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Can I get $1?
Girl, right? And don't none of y'all be calling me up asking me for no money. I'm broke.
Oh,
So, definitely kind of putting that paper behind what I'm doing and continuing my education, because I think it moves you more towards the expert fields, but, hopefully I don't still carry these symptoms of imposter syndrome. But also really embracing and looking back at everything that I've done, looking at everything as an accomplishment, and I'm telling you that was kind of a conscious behavior that I had to do.
Yep.
Because people tell you stuff all the time, but naturally as humans, we're our worst critics. So
Yes, and still
yeah,
are.
and still are.
We still.
Yeah, I'm always talking about different things. I ain't telling you what it is. I was about to say it too.
I know you were.
But yeah, so that was it for me. What about you?
But what you just said, the second thing is one of the things that I was going to say is a way to combat imposter syndrome. Owning and celebrating achievements, what you said, is essential if you want to avoid burnout,
Yes.
find contentment, and cultivate self-confidence. That's really important. How many of you out there own and celebrate your accomplishments? You kind of wait sometimes for other people to do it.
Right.
Like, oh, we got to give her a graduation party, or give her this, or what if that never happens, right? Just like when your birthday come around, you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs all by yourself. Like, you have to celebrate you. I think it's the same thing.
You do.
Celebrate you being on this earth for another year, okay? Your own self, if nobody want to put in, right?
Yeah, well, nobody's going to celebrate you the way that you celebrate yourself, So pay for your own vacations, okay? Pay for your own diamonds, buy your own car, do something for yourself with the money that you earned, because that is going to allow you to really appreciate your hard work.
Yes, I agree with that.
Thank
Definitely. Also, another thing that you can do to overcome imposter syndrome is veering away from externalized validation, right? So we all like validation at times, but sometimes it's just people. I feel like our society, we need it in this world to survive.
gosh.
Like, so many people are like, oh, I don't feel, but the moment you get validation from somebody else, it's like you perked up. So try to train yourself to not need that external validation so much.
Constant
Validate
affirmation.
yourself.
Yes.
Okay? Know that you are worth it. Know that you are doing the hard work, right? It's you doing it, not the people that's giving you the compliment.
Right. Or not the
Right.
people that's paying you.
Yeah.
You're the one doing the hard work. You deserve to be there. You deserve to get that fat check. Okay? So, yeah, really, give yourself that constant affirmation. You can be your own cheerleader, I think. Right?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I got to say about that.
So moving past and seeing yourself as a work in progress, not being so hard on yourself, just knowing that you have let's say you've accomplished being a billionaire, right? And you're having imposter syndrome and you're like, how did I get this? I don't deserve this. Know that you still are a work in progress, because being a billionaire doesn't make you the greatest person in the world. You still got to work on yourself. You still got to work on who you are, and know that you're a work in progress is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Realize there's no shame in asking for help as well. If let's say you are a soloist, which is one of the categories in the imposter syndrome, right? So being a soloist, sometimes you don't ask people for things, but you don't feel like you possess the necessary tools to do what you need to do, but you are doing what you need to do. So let's just remember that's part of imposter syndrome. You are doing things, but it's nothing wrong with asking people for help. Right?
Absolutely.
So I definitely think seek advice from a supportive supervisor, or family, or friend.
Mentorship. Mentorship is the biggest thing that I tell people who ask me for advice about business. I tell them, you need a mentor. Don't think that you know everything and a mentor won't work for you. Everyone should have a mentor. Even people who are CEOs have mentors, okay?
That's right. That's true.
It's very important because I think those are the people who are going to tell you the truth. They're going to help you understand your career plan, okay, and help you accomplish your goals. Not help you accomplish your goals, but help you realize what you need to do. To
stay in accountability. So I feel like it's more of an accountability partner. We all need those in life, especially entrepreneurs. You know,
accountability partner.
That's right.
Yes.
Like her and we're sort of accountability partners. You know, we kind of check in, we make sure this. You know, I hurry her up sometimes because she got this artist thing. We're both artists. But her artist thing goes like, oh my gosh, y'all should see these lights up in here. Okay, that's why we look so fabulous. She's like, oh wait, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I'm like, staying on time.
Yeah.
So, just having that accountability partner and somebody you can go to and say, I'm feeling this way, and they'll say something to you like, snap out of it, because you the bomb.
Yes.
You dope. Girl, you dope.
Yes, girl, you dope.
Thank you.
Don't have nothing to worry about. You're killing it right now.
Killing the game. Okay, so in the wrap up, what we're talking about, we just want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Right? Subscribe. These are jewels, these are gems we're dropping, and we would like for you to share it with other people as you see fit, but make sure you share. Yes.
I am so happy. Golden nuggets, like you call them.
Yes. So that's our program for today, Win Philly. I am Dr. Heather Richards. Once again, I am a psychotherapist, clinical sexologist, and my website is sexdrheather.com. She's going to have all of this because that's what she does. She is a marketing guru and an artist. So, we got to come up with like a new word to call you, like something that has not been developed yet. Like a marketer, an artist, which encompasses a photographer, an entrepreneur. We got to figure this out. So
we'll have to be creative.
You got any ideas? Drop the comment below.
If you got some ideas, definitely leave a comment.
Yeah.
And nothing that's been used before. Give me something unique.
Something new.
I'm Nakisha, and this is Hodgepodge Studios. Thank you so much for joining us for this little bit of gem. We dropping gems on them.
Yes, and we're gonna toast you on out of here.
Cheers.
Cheers.